What's up, people? I'm back with another video. Yep, I'm uploading loads of videos lately, and I wanted to come out on the CRF300l today. I just fancied riding something a little bit more lightweight and just have a quick local thrash. And anyway, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, you know, why would you choose the 300l over the 300 Rally? I love this bike. So in today's video, I'm going to go through a few reasons why you would make that choice and you choose the 300l over the Rally. What's better about the L compared with the Rally? And so stay tuned. We're just going to head up to some little off-road tracks, and I'm just going to have a mess about on the L today. And I just want to clarify as well, this is not me telling you to pick the L. This is not me saying I prefer the L and that I'd pick the L. It's just me saying, based on the fact that I've got both, these are the reasons why I'd go with the L over the Rally in particular circumstances, and if it suits, you know, the kind of riding that you do. Okay, so we're getting up into the mountains to some of my little tracks that I like. And so yeah, the first reason that I would pick the L is if you want to save the weight. I mean, I know this is obvious from the spec sheet, but actually when you ride them both, you can notice the difference quite a bit. Let's have a look at that there. The L, I've just jumped on this model after I was riding the V-Strom 650 yesterday, and I'm telling you, this feels like a toy in comparison. This feels so small at the front. Oh, we're gonna have to wait because there's people on here. Yeah, this feels so small in comparison, it's unbelievable really. It feels so lightweight. It feels almost like a toy, and I know it's not light compared to some enduro bikes. Let's just turn and wait here a minute. It's so light, you can just throw it about. It's I know it's not light compared to some enduro bikes, but for a dual sport, this is plenty light enough. Once you're used to bigger bikes, like the V-Stroms and middleweight type bikes, this thing feels super lightweight, like a toy, seriously like a toy. And if you do a little bit rougher riding, and if you go a little bit faster, then dropping this and picking it up is a lot easier even than picking up the Rally. The Rally's 150 kilos non-ABS, 152 or 53 with ABS. This is 100 and I think it's 138. It might be even slightly less. And you can also lighten it, of course, as well. So the weight is a big thing. It is a lot. It feels a lot lighter, and it feels a lot smaller bike than the Rally. And so yeah, if you want the lightest bike possible, then yeah, no comparison, go for the L. Okay, the next reason to go for the L is the suspension. So even though you think they've got the same shock and everything, the L is nowhere near the L is nowhere near, let me get past these people. The L is nowhere near as soft as the Rally. The Rally, when you sit on it, it squats down. I'm 85 kilos, something like that, and it squats down, and you're using a massive part of the suspension travel just on your sag. The sag is like 50%, something like that. The L is much harder. It's still soft, you know, if you're used to going a little bit harder and a little bit faster, then fair enough, it's still soft. But for the kind of riding, the kind of level that I'm at, the L is I reckon I could probably get away with the suspension on this, whereas the Rally, in fact the Rally, I've already bought a Rally Raid rear shock for it, and I don't think I could do, let's back it in there a bit, the Rally Raid, I don't think I could do without a suspension upgrade. I really don't think I could. Whereas the L, I reckon I could get away with it stock. Yeah, for this little dude. And so if you're my size, if you're a Westerner size, just back it in there. Yeah, if you're Westerner size, if you're similar size to me, and you ride in a similar sort of manner to me, you know, fairly novice off-road, but you know, been riding a long time. Move out the way, dog. Then the L model, you may not need to spend that money on a suspension upgrade. It might do everything you need it to do, at least until you're more experienced. Back there. Whee. Whereas the Rally, I would almost guarantee, I'm just being lazy and sitting down for all of this today. The Rally, I'd almost guarantee that you've got to spend money on. For me, I've got to spend money on that Rally to get the rear shock sorted. The cheapest option you're looking at is a YSS shock, which is $250, $300, and that's as a minimum. And that's with no like preload adjustment or anything like that on it. So you're going to save money on the L, and that comes to the third reason, and probably the most important one really. It's taking all of those things into account. It's taking all those things into account. I'm just doing stupid skids at the moment. Taking all those things into account. Probably the most important reason. Maybe not in the Philippines, because the price difference is not that huge, but in the UK the price difference is about £750 between the L model and the Rally. So the Rally you're paying £6,500 for, and this one you're paying £5,799. So you're saving £750 if you buy this model. And there are a few shortcomings. So yeah, the gas tank on this is 7.8 litres, which if you're just coming up like I am to your local trails for a quick thrash, you're going to get over 200 kilometers on this tank, so you're okay. But if you want to use it, you know, if you want to use it as a bike that's going to take you to the trails and then go on the trails, the gas tank is the one thing and the main reason for me that you would buy the Rally. You're either going to have to ride to the trails a decent distance, or you also want to use this bike not only for a weekend fun, but you want to get away and do a few trips, perhaps moto camping, things like that. Okay, but for the $1,000 savings, £750, you can easily buy, in fact I've written it down for you guys so you can work out the cost savings. So the Rally's got a 12 litre tank and this one's got a 7.8 litre tank. On this one you can buy an Acerbis 13.5 litre, which is a 3.6 US gallon tank, and you can fit that on, and that is, let me look because I did just check the prices on crfs.com. So the price for that is $350 US or £280. Okay, you could add, if you want something a little bit more, you know, want a bit more comfort for when you're blasting along the highway to get to the trails, you can put a Zeta screen on it, or Zeta, however you want to say it. $156 or £124. And the Rally does come obviously with the skid plate, but it's plastic. But you could put a Flatland Racing aluminium skid plate on for $128 or £101. The total you'd spend on that is $634, which is at the moment about £500. And what you'd end up with is a bike with a bigger gas tank. You'd also have the screen for protection, and you'd have a proper bash plate. So you'd have a bike that can go further and is more capable on the stock shock with the stock settings, and so you'd still be saving $400, $400, which would actually give you a little bit more money. You could change your mirrors out to the double take mirrors, you know, the adventure mirrors or the enduro mirrors. You could put your handguards on, you know, solid handguards on, because the ones that come on the new L models and the Rallies are little flappy jobs that will break, so you'll want some proper handguards. These Acerbis handguards, Factory X handguards, they are £80 or about £85, $85 on Amazon. So you could buy them. You've got your skid plate, you've got your tank, you've got your screen if you want it. You could put some engine guards on as well if you wanted to. So, you know, or you could change the sprocket, or you can save the money and put it towards a suspension, you know, put it towards a new shock or new forks and do a fork kit. So anyway, this video really is not meant to be I prefer the L to the Rally or I prefer the Rally to the L. I've got both of them for different reasons. But yeah, those are the main reasons for me that I would choose the L over the Rally. The lightweight, it feels like a toy. After you get off the Rally or you get off any middleweight bikes, this thing feels like a toy, but in a good way. It doesn't feel cheap, it doesn't feel tiny, but it feels light, small, manageable. I'm throwing it about up there, messing around. I'm not even a skilled rider off-road, and I don't feel, you know, I don't feel like I'm worrying that I'm going to drop it. And if I do drop it, that's a point as well. You know, you got a lot less plastic on here to crack. If you put a little engine guard around here, and plus I've got the Acerbis handguards, most of this will be protected. And if you do crack it, it's less plastic to break, and it's cheaper to fix, cheaper to replace if you want to. One other thing that I found as well is this is quicker to work on. So for instance, doing an oil change, it's quicker just to access if you haven't, because I haven't got a bash plate on it, but there is one on the Rally. You can change the oil on the Rally without removing the bash plate, but just having all the plastics in here just makes access a little bit more difficult on the Rally, whereas on this it's dead easy. Well, it couldn't be any easier, could it really? So doing an oil change on this is like a 10-minute job. Oil and filter change, it's like, yeah, it really is 10 minutes. So yeah, that's why I would go for one. If you are more likely to do short rides to get to your trails, or you just want to do the trails and the off-road and stuff, the L model is a cracker. It's also fun to thrash this a bit more than the Rally, because it's a little bit lighter. It does accelerate very slightly quicker, but it is noticeable. And when you're riding it, because you haven't got all this bulk and mass up front here like you have on the Rally, it feels quicker as well. It feels quicker. Even if you were doing the same speed, this feels faster. And because it's so light and nimble, it feels like you can ride it like you stole it. Do you know what I mean? Like you just go for it. I mean, I just nailed it all the way up to this track here on the roads, and I was probably going faster than I was on the Rally, because the Rally, there's something about it that makes you ride it at a more leisurely pace. Whereas this one, it's like, I'm coming out to ride this, I'm going to thrash it. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you do have any questions about the Rally versus the L, I'm going to be doing a series of videos on both of these bikes. So if you've got questions that you want me to answer, or if you've got topics or suggestions that you'd like me to address in a future video, then just drop me a comment down below, because I'm really trying to tailor my content to what you guys want to watch. Also, at the moment, I'm just doing simple, like, you know, stick the GoPro on, go out for a ride, talk about what I want to talk about, and have fun riding. If you'd like me to up the production values, I can easily do that. It just takes a little bit more time and a little bit more effort. But I have the ability to do that with equipment, and, you know, I used to be a photographer, so I can easily up the production values. But would you watch a video more because the production value is high, or is it the information and the entertainment that you want? And again, let me know, because I'm pretty much going to be doing this all year now, so I may as well make the content that you guys really want to see. I'm going to nail my tyre doing this. I love this bike. Meow. I like the back end sliding. What's on this side? Mental chicken. Wow, and then you get that beautiful view at the end of that little thrash along there. Nice. You stay there, little goat. Around the corner, yep. And that's the end of my little thrash today. I'm going home. Thanks for watching, guys, and hope you found the video useful if you're trying to make up your mind between the CRF300l and the Rally. I change my mind on them both all the time. Just depends what kind of ride I want to do. But if I was going to do more of that kind of riding, no doubt this bike. If I'm just riding it just for local rides and just for fun, and you know, I'm not going to do any longer distance rides, I'd choose this bike as well. It's just a blast. It's an absolute blast. And if you really want to do touring, you got to choose. I mean, you could just you can just put the service tank on this one. Put the service tank on this one and use the money saved on an extra screen, like I was saying earlier. So it's a tough choice. I've been there myself. When I had the choice and I had to choose, I picked this one over the Rally. Wow, that place up there looks amazing. Let's see if I'm still on. Yep, still on. Watch this view now. Look at that view out into the sea.